We're back in Gamboa, and a little bit of that weather from the west has come with us. With the pipeline road already conquered, we've got 2 days here to further explore the area and see what it has to offer. It's more new species and a bunch of interactions that we weren't really expecting. And the weather even turns around for us before the tour starts making its way east toward Torti. But the road to get there won't be easy. Oh, I've never seen more wrong way drivers in my life. After our flight back to Panama City yesterday, with a late dinner and a late check-in to our lodge, I think it's fair to say that this morning, the group was pretty tired. Fortunately for us, the first stop in this morning's outing is a pretty chill one, and we're here at the far west side of the Chagres National Park. And first find of the day is this streak-headed wood creeper, which was followed by awesome looks at this chestnut-capped warbler.
Big car.
White-winged car.
Yeah.
We pushed on further down the trail, and after a failed search for a sun bittern, a Panama birding outing just wouldn't be complete if we didn't get another great look at a trogon. Rain started to fall, and it really pushed the birds back into the trees seeking shelter, but it wasn't before we got a good look at my favorite bird of the morning, this lance-tailed manakin. This roadside hawk was on a great perch, and it looked like he might be on the hunt, but after watching him for a while, he never really moved. But then, our driver Davíd noticed something else up at the top of a tree. This poor sloth had been caught out in the rain, and now that it had cleared, was sprawled out across the top of this tree, trying to dry off. It was a fun way to end the morning session. After lunch and a little bit of afternoon rest, the group is definitely feeling recharged for the afternoon session. And despite the weather being still a little drizzly, Summit Ponds, our starting location for the afternoon, is about to offer us some good surprises. First up for the afternoon is this whooping mot-mot, a new one for the tour. There wasn't too much hummingbird activity, but we did manage to see this snowy-bellied, also new one for the tour.
Right there together.
Another cool interaction we got to see were these brown-capped pteranulates. This is a mother and her chick.
Nice.
Nice, really nice.
But then, in a tree right above our heads, we had another parent-sibling encounter. At first, this three-toed sloth looked like it was all by itself, but from a different angle, it revealed a surprise.
Maybe laying on its lap.
I had really wanted to have a good sloth encounter while I was here in Panama, so to have 2 in one day was pretty awesome. We'd reached the end of the road, and as we scanned across the last big pond, all the way on the other side, there was this. It's a boat-billed heron, and I was a little disappointed at the look because this is a bird I really wanted to get for the trip, but Guide Jacob jumped in and said that he knew of a better place to see them, and he would take us there. And sure enough, after waiting on this train, we ended up in a small neighborhood, and you'd never guess what was back here in these woods. Back in this hidden pond wasn't just a few boat-billed herons, It was an entire rookery. The photography here was tough, but we were able to maneuver around a little bit to get some decent angles. Guide Jacob had really come through on this location, and it was one that we all thoroughly enjoyed. It just goes to show how important it is to have that local knowledge on these tours. This rookery definitely earned a birder top spot, and unfortunately, if I told you the location, I'd have to kill you. So I'm here in Gamboa. We were eating dinner, and our guide just ran in and told us, hey, there's a spectacled owl outside, so let's go see if we can find it. We were able to find the owl pretty quickly. It was in the top of a tree right across the street, and we did put the flashlight on it briefly to get a look, but overall, another amazing day with a great ending. The next morning, we were finally putting Gamboa in the rearview mirror. And we're heading back toward Panama City, although we won't actually be birding in the city today. We'll be up here in these mountains just to the east of Panama City, where the well-to-do have their fancy weekend vacation homes. It was a nice area. And specifically to start, we're here in Cerro, Azul. Tanagers are first up in the morning, including a quick look at this hepatic, followed by two plain-colored tanagers. Imagine getting to be a tanager, but then they tell you that you have to be the plain-colored one. Oof, that's a tough out.
This is the one that's affected sweets.
Lousy video, but a decent still on this tough-to-shoot red-capped mannequin. And always awesome to see these bay-headed tanagers. This was one of my favorite tanagers that I saw for the first time in Ecuador last year, so awesome to see him again here in Panama. We then made our way to our lunch stop, which had some fruit feeders that were bringing in some good birds.
That's great.
But some others were attracted to the fruit feeders as well. And of course, I'm never going to pass up the opportunity to do some hand feeding. After lunch, we're here for a brief stop, or well, at least we hope it's brief, because we're here for one specific species. It's not this hepatic tanager, but look at the size of the bug it caught. I had to show it. Nice catch. And it wasn't this bird either, but still a new tanager for the tour. But up ahead, our driver and co-guide hit pay dirt. And it was for this striped-cheeked woodpecker which gave us the briefest of looks. And the reason why this is special is because this would be the only endemic to Panama species we'd see for the whole trip. We continued our exploration around this neighborhood and came across this. Believe it or not, this little curled up ball of fluff is a pygmy anteater.
Wow.
They are nocturnal, so we let him be and sleep in peace, but our guide told us that that was a very rare thing to see. Our last stop in the afternoon had us going back down in elevation, where we were walking around another ritzy neighborhood, this time by a lake. And this fancy neighborhood also had some fancy birds.
How pretty hummingbird up the right.
¿Y vive aquí? ¿La foto de la casa? Gracias. Me quedé. No, ella compró. And with the yellow.
As we got back towards the busier part of town, in came these brown-throated parakeets, and I was able to take this photo, one of my favorites for the entire trip, which wasn't deep in the jungle or back in a forest. It was on the side of a highway next to a wild karaoke bar. With birding done for the day, we all got in the van and started pointing in the direction of Torti, where we'd spend the next 2 days. Torti being only about 60 miles away, this should be a pretty quick jaunt down the Pan American Highway. But it wouldn't really turn out that way. I got a tap on the shoulder from someone else in the group who had put the hotel into Google Maps, and it showed a travel time of over 3 hours. Well, surely that's wrong. But it turned out it was very right. As the sun set, our journey on the Pan American Highway into the night turned into a nightmare. The biggest delay to start were the constant police checkpoints. Then, the constant construction zones cut the road down to 1 lane, it seemed every other mile. As it turned out, large stretches of this, quote, highway were actually unpaved altogether. And even in our big tour van, those washboard dirt roads rattled all of our bones to the core for miles. As it got later in the night, we noticed that the construction crews and even the police had called it a day, which then made the road truly lawless. The constant barrage of wrong-way drivers made it feel like a collision was just a matter of time. I'll give it up to our guide, though, who up front was still birding. He was looking for owls for us. Needless to say, a huge sigh of relief came over all of us as we finally pulled into the hotel parking lot.
Dee, good driving.
Nice.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Well, we made it.
It was some well-earned cervezas that night. Coming up in episode 4, I start a new fashion trend. Oh yeah, get it, my boy. Photographing this bird nearly causes me a meltdown. And we got cows.